My name is Kayla Novoselsky, and for my audience today, I have my friend Brittany, my mom Denise, my friend Joe, my friend John, my boyfriend Chris, and my grandma Betty. Today I'm going to talk to you about a subject that can be heartwarming but also heartbreaking. I'm going to be talking to you today about animal cruelty. Before I tell you about my organization, does everybody know what the ASPCA is? Well, just in case, it is the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The organization I chose was the PSPCA. I chose this specifically because it was started in Philadelphia over 100 years ago and it's local for us. It's the Pennsylvania Society for the Prevention of Cruelty of Animals. The PSPCA rescues animals every day from violence, pain, abuse, and neglect. Sounds sad, huh? These animals can't defend themselves against these circumstances, and it's not fair. Don't get too upset yet, because we can help. The PSPCA has a mission statement, which reads, "Our dedication is rescuing animals from abuse and neglect, providing life-saving care and treatment, reduce pet overpopulation through low-cost spay and neuter clinics, and create public awareness initiatives." These efforts prevent cruelty, and they have respect for the animals and their welfare. The main thing I want to get across to you today is how the PSPCA helps these innocent animals and how we can help change as well by extending our loving hand, because all they really want is happy homes. Before I go into detail about my organization, I'm going to go over my audience survey. As I looked over my survey, 9 out of 10 answers everybody circled yes. This means my audience likes to volunteer and get their hands dirty. This also means my audience likes working with animals to give them a good life. My audience likes to make sure their voice is heard. They like to stand up for a good cause. Lastly, my audience will put their heart and soul into helping those who literally can't help themselves. This touches me because that's how I feel. What's more satisfying than knowing you are someone's only chance at change? Since you all have big hearts, I know you will want to help out the PSPCA and stop animal cruelty. This organization is needed because it is the voice for these animals crying out for help. Without the help of the PSPCA staff and the volunteers, these animals would suffer and never escape a horrible life. Examples of the environments they live in are puppy mills and tiger ranches. Puppy mills are factory farms where puppies are bred in unsafe, unsanitary, and inhumane conditions. These puppies are never let out of their cage. As said by David Maskey, confinement to a small cage over a long period of time can create problems like depression. If dogs can no longer breathe, they are inhumanely killed. Basically, their purpose is to be puppy machines. Unfortunately, puppy mills are everywhere. According to state legislatures, laws are lacking in the regulation of puppy mills, which has led to cruel conditions, threat of spread of disease to animals and humans, and fraudulent practices. Tiger ranches are like puppy mills for cats. These cats also basically live in their own urine and feces. These animals contract respiratory problems, malnutrition, dehydration, conditions that require immediate medical attention. Some of these animals do survive these puppy mills and tiger ranches, but it's almost never a large number. The hundreds of puppies and cats that are saved, it does become costly. That's where we come in. Our volunteering and our donations could provide them with the needs they have. The PSPCA does everything in their power to save these animals. Now it's our turn to extend our hand and help these animals that don't deserve this life. Some of the donation groups are the Second Chance Dogs, Wish List, and Sponsor a Pet. The Second Chance Dogs are the pit bulls that are victims of illegal dog fighting. These dogs are solely used for entertainment. Dogs are not only abused by these owners, but they are brutally hurt. They come out of these fights with gashes, broken bones. They can barely move. We all know the story of Mike Vick's illegal dog fighting club. Those dogs were brutally beaten, and most of them had to be put down. The Supreme Court ruled that Robert Stevens was also guilty of this. He was selling dog fight on videos online and also pit bulls attacking other animals. When the PSPCA rescues them, they are cared for and they are taught not to be mean. Most of these dogs overcome it and don't get mean anymore because all they really want is love and attention. They just want a happy ending. The wish list donation is more of donation of supplies like gentle linens and cameras or heating pads. It just creates tenderness, love, and care for the animals that are in the shelter. They want to feel safe. Don't feel obligated to go go out and buy a pet if you don't have a room in your house. Sponsor a Pet is the donation for you. You receive pictures and updates of your animals, and your donations help with its medical needs, its food, its water, and much more. There are also different funds you can contribute to. There are the Puppy Mill and Tiger Ranch funds. There's the COUGH fund. That fund is for clinical care with dogs from broken legs and pneumonia and sadly injuries people put on them. The Safe Haven fund is a no-care cost fund whose families can't care for them anymore because of natural disasters or house fires, things like that. Lastly is the Etana fund. This fund goes to stopping cruelty of animals. This fund truly touched me because the story behind it broke my heart. Etana is a boxer mix. She was beaten and set on fire for no reason. Who does this? How can you own a pet and be so mean? Thankfully, she survived through the PSPCA's veterinary care, and she is now in a loving home. Not only is there donations and funds, there are also fundraisers that you can attend and services that are affordable and accessible for everybody. There are pet and owner picnic fundraisers, there are dog carnival fundraisers, and the most popular fundraiser is called Save a Pet at the Park. This is hosted by our own Phillies wives. There's adoption drives there, and raffle prizes, and mystery sign balls from the Phillies players. The services include veterinary hospital, adoption programs, and cruelty investigations. Veterinary hospital provides routine and emergency care for these animals. Just like human medicine, animal health care is very costly. They put the price as low as they can, and they have free shot days like 2 for 1, and they also have other discount costs. But when it comes down to it, can you really put a price on your loyal companion? The PSPCA is always available to investigate animal cruelty. If you see somebody abusing their animal, please contact them immediately. Please don't turn your head because you think it's none of your business. If you see it happening and don't do anything about it, you may not be an animal abuser, but you can consider yourself one. The adoption centers are very nice. They have glass kennels, heated floors, air conditioning, there's constant food, water, and love for these animals. They are basically well taken care of before they find their forever homes. PSPCA also has steps for adoption. You need to have a license, address. If you live in an apartment, you have to have your landlord's signature saying that you pay rent. You need a dog license. The PSPCA does these background checks because these animals need to be in good hands. They're not just going to hand them over to anybody. Lastly is training and behavior programs. If your dog is an excessive barker or lacks house training or needs to learn commands like sit or stay, the PSPCA can help. It breaks their hearts when people say, my dog is too hyper, I don't want it anymore, or my dog never listens, I just can't deal with it. The PSPCA offers low-cost classes for all ages of dogs. Classes are about 2 to 3 times a week. Please don't give up on your animal. Nobody's perfect, they just need a little guidance. Do you see how the PSPCA helps and how the volunteers help as well? There is hope for these animals. I'm going to share 2 outstanding examples of what the PSPCA can do with our help. First is the story of Diamond. She is a female Staffordshire Terrier, and her owner chained her to her doghouse. She was left outside, never to be brought in the house or left off that chain again. She has holes in her doghouse and nothing but the cold, hard floor. There's no blanket or straw or anything in her doghouse. When she was found, by the PSPCA, she was cowering, emaciated, and could barely move because she was frozen. Poor Diamond was left to die, but thanks to the PSPCA, she is fully healthy and waiting for adoption. Lastly is the story of Sticky the cat. Sticky was duct taped from her neck to her tail. What kind of people would do that? Is that supposed to be a joke? She couldn't move when the PSPCA found her, so who knows how long she's been lying there. She was rushed to the hospital and immediately sedated. She woke pain-free and relieved of her chains. These animals are harmless and have no choice to stop what's happening to them. They are beaten, starved, duct taped, set on fire, and many other things. They are saved with your help. They are counting on you. By helping them, they will love you forever. Please donate or volunteer because you are these animals' only chance for a good life that they deserve. Thank you. Is there any questions? Yes.
How will I contact the PSPCA?
Let's see, you can contact the PSPCA at pspca.org, and there's also a telephone number, which I do have. It is 215-426-6300. You're welcome. And by the looks of the time, I do have room for one more question. Yes.
I live in Lowtown, so where would the closest place, a humane society, so to speak, for me to go to if I needed?
There is one in Bensalem on Ridley Road. I think that's the closest one for you is Bensalem.
Okay,
That's all.
thank you.
Thank you.